So check this out, guys. This is a 98 300 Artic Cat 4-wheel drive. These things are super cool because they had 15 forward speeds. This thing's in pretty good shape, sort of a barn find, but that little lever right there, these were made with Suzuki engines, and the Suzukis had like 3 handles up here, like high and low, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, and then it had super low and diff lock. So this thing has all the same features, it's just the shifter's there. It has high, low, and super low, and it's 5-speed, so that makes 15 speeds. Off camera, I found that fuel had leaked into the oil. So the oil was super full, over full, and smelled like gas. So it says a will it run video, but I wasn't gonna film it, but I thought, you know, these things are pretty rare, and I'm gonna fix this one up and sell it. So I thought maybe you guys might want to be interested in seeing a little will it run. I'm gonna fix that winch. It's got a nice worn winch. And we're gonna do some fuel line, clean the carb out. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get the carb off, and we'll get it cleaned up, get the new fuel line. The tank looks pretty good down in there. The vent was messed up and somebody's done this, I think, which that's fine. But the tank's plastic, and it actually looks pretty decent down in there. It's not too much trash, and we'll do a nice little inline filter while we're in there. It's all complete. I've got a new seat cover for it we're going to put on it, so it should be a good little video for you guys, hopefully. Let's take a quick check of this air filter next. Yeah, that air filter looks good. Look at that. It looks good. Nothing wrong with that. It's a factory Artic Cat filter. Alright, let's get this carb off next. Nothing to this one, is there? Alright, so we got throttle cable and choke. We need a 14mm for the choke, and Phillips head will get the throttle cable off for us, looks like. Put that in there. Oh yeah, they have this little push-in pin here. Now then, yeah, so this just has this little split shot thing, like a sinker almost, and then this should just come out. Yeah, and let's get us a 14 here to get this choke valve off. That's all there is to that, isn't there? Well, let's go over to the workbench and tear this thing down and see what we see. Alright guys, so when we have the issue of leaking fuel externally or into the combustion chamber and down into the oil, the first thing you're going to want to do is check the float valve, needle and seat, for trash or just not sealing. There's probably going to be an O-ring under there on these Makunis. I'll show you. We've got a kit here, and it'll, yeah, so there's the little choke, the needle and seat valve with the O-ring. So these this is all balls here. I prefer Shindy because this is Chinese, but Shindy didn't offer it, and some of this stuff I would have had to have gotten it from Suzuki or Makuni, and it was going to take forever, so I've just got that kit. But we can have pretty good luck out of those. But I really prefer, like, this is a Shindy kit here. This is for a CR250, and this stuff's Japanese, and it's just so much better quality. And they pretty much have a kit for everything. I'm sure I could have spent a little more time and cross-referenced it out, but this will be okay. I like to try to stick with the factory jets if they're clean or cleanable, and because they're sized a little different in China versus them. we'll replace this bowl gasket. This carb actually looks pretty good. A little bit of trash. No, that's not trash. Oh, that's etched. Huh. Tell you what we're gonna do there is put some. Let's take this out and make sure there's not any trash, keeping that from stopping up. I think that's okay. Let's see if we can blow through here. No. Alright, so I'm going to put some WD-40 in it and just make sure the bowl isn't leaking out of that pocket there that we see. So let's just lay this over here. We'll keep an eye on it, make sure it isn't wet on the bottom. Alright. Next thing on the menu is going to be to get these jets out of here. Let's start with the pilot. And you want to get as big of a screwdriver down in that pilot hole. It's a flathead as you can get because they are easy to strip. Well, that's pretty clean. We'll blow that out, but that looks good. Okay, let's get the main out next. Love these vessel screwdrivers. I've got a link for them, especially that JIS Phillips that we use there. Alright, the main looks good. We'll check the size. Why are we leaking fuel? We're definitely leaking, for sure. Let's see. We got this Lyle automatic center punch. Makes getting these out a piece of cake. If these are in there too hard, you'll want to put a block of wood here. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Oh yeah, come right out. That little automatic center punch is great. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. Why is this not sealing? Alright, I'm going to show you guys a little trick how to figure this out. So a little bit of gentle shop air in your fuel supply. Rubber tip nozzle is what I use. And if you want to know where this is going, you can put soap or WD-40, any kind of liquid. I most of the time use WD-40. Coat that down. Hold down on your needle. And let's blow in here. Okay, I see it coming from around the O-ring. Let's see if you guys can see that. It's right back here if you keep your eye right there. Alright, get ready here. Can you see that? It's not bad, but it's definitely leaking around that O-ring. There it is. Well, we got the parts to fix that, so no big deal there. So what we're going to do is replace that whole entire assembly there. Needle valve and seat, and it'll have the new O-ring on there. Now if you pull this out and just replace the O-ring, when you get a hold of this and bring it up out of here, just make sure that you're real careful with it and don't bend this outside edge, or this will stick in there. And that looks pretty darn crusty down in there too, man. That might be why it's not sealing. That's kind of etched out in there. Let's see if we can get that filter out, and we might try to buff that out a little bit or something. Also, if you know anybody that's a doctor or a nurse and get some of these hemostats, they work really nice for carb work. These are about shot. Yeah, look, there it comes. Not too bad dirty. Okay, good. So I think what we're going to do is polish this in here to see if we can make sure that new seat's good. What I like to do is get a little bit of metal polish, put it on a Q-tip on a drill, and go down in here. In this instance, this is a little big, So I actually have a cylinder head porter cleanup tool here. So it's a forked piece of metal. And I like to get a piece of paper towel. Just something that will fit down in there. Cut a strip like this. Put it in there and just wrap it. You want to wrap it in the opposite of direction of rotation, right? Put a little bit of this polish on it. You don't need much, just a dab. Matter of fact, we could put it on here. Let's apply a little in here. Don't need much. This is actually body shop polish, but Mother's is what would work the best. But any kind of abrasive, even toothpaste, will work. Put this down in here and just let it do the work. This will help clean that really good. And if you don't feel like it's fitting tight enough, you can just add a little more like this. Just want to make sure it's turning it. Because it's going to be hard for you to get it to spin that fast by hand, you know. Now let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, much better. Alright, we'll clean that we'll clean that off with some WD, wipe it off. These are just tricks that you can know so you don't have to buy a whole nother carburetor, you know. Because sometimes you don't have that option. What if it's an old machine and you can't get a part for it? Then this is the way to go. There's so many tricks to save these old carb housings. And these Japanese carburetors, Mikuni, Cayenne, they're so much better than the Chinese copy, man. So that comes as a set. Let's put a little WD on this O-ring. Just a drop's all you need there. Something to help it fit. A little bit of lubricant on it. Oh yeah, that fits way tighter. Alright, we actually have a new screw that holds it down. That's nice. Perfect. Not leaking a drop. Okay, great. You want to make sure you don't have, I think these floats are solid, but you want to make sure if they're copper or brass, you don't hear them, any fluid in them. Just gently tap this back till it's flush. You don't want to hit it real hard because you break those things off. You have to have another carburetor. And you can look, you want to hold this edge flat here. And on this particular carburetor, these floats should be pretty level with the edge of that. It may stand to come up just a little bit, but I think that's pretty close. Our main is good and clean, but we'll give it one good blowout just to be sure. Looks real good. So we'll put that back, snug it good. I would like to replace this O-ring on this air valve because it could be old. But let's put the pilot back in. Let's look at this pilot. So I think somebody's possibly had this carburetor apart at some time. Pilot looks good and clean, but we'll blow it out one time. And just snug this good. It doesn't have to be overly tight. When it bottoms out, give it a little more snug. Alright. How many turns out this is? There's 1, 2 and a half. Okay, great. 2 and a half. That'll make it idle good too. Let's pull this out and replace this O-ring and washer. Alright, let's try these hemostats. Oh, look at there. Man, that thing was in there, wasn't it? Alright, I got a little tool that gets that O-ring out that I made. It's a stiff little piece of wire. And there should be a spacer and an O-ring. Oh, there it is. That actually doesn't look too bad, but let's put the correct one. Alright, so there we got a spacer and our O-ring, a new spring, and a brand new air screw. Alright, so you want spring, spacer, O-ring, just like so. A little bit of that blue to lubricate it. So when you're seating this, you don't really want to get super crazy tight with it. You just want to go till it stops. You can damage the carburetor body if you try to over tighten that. So that's kind of where that's stopping right there. Alright, see that? So let's give that 2.5 turns out. So there's 1, 2.5. Perfect. Alright, we'll start all of our screws back. Like I said, this is a good, I couldn't pass this machine up. I knew I could fix it up and let somebody get it that could use it. It's a really good hunting machine if you really want to gear down and go up in the hills and the mountains and get your deer and elk. It'll go anywhere. And they were really good about hauling a lot of, I think they had like a rack capacity of like 300 pounds or something. So crazy compared to what you can get today. I see a lot of people have them on boat yards and tow boats around. They were just a strong thing. Alright, snug these bowl screws up good, and then we'll put our idle back. That little carb's ready. Like to lubricate this intake boot real good. That makes our life a lot easier. Let's see how that does. That feels okay. Alright guys, so got this split shot here. Your open end goes towards that barrel. I like to put my pocket screwdriver in here and turn that, and then see if you can manage to get this locked in there like that, and it can't come back out. Then just test it. Yep, that looks good. That's good and flush. Now that little cover that we took off is designed to keep that from falling out, so you'll want to put that cover back. And you can see it's a factory Mikuni carb, so that's nice. Alright, I think what I normally do on this one is go ahead and put the carb on the intake right here. Now we got it. We're going to run some new fuel line to it here. I want the filter to be somewhat close where it could be easy to be changed. I believe we'll do it right there. Okay. And I get this fuel line from Amazon, and it's a good price, and I've actually tested it, soaked it in gas for a few days, and it works pretty good. Well, about right there will be fine. It'll leave us a little bit for the next job, won't it? Alright, new battery getting ready to go in. You see this, guys can see the brand new fresh oil in this window here. I hope you can see it, maybe. But pretty cool. This thing has hydraulic disc, and it also has a disc parking brake. So that's pretty cool. There's your oil filter right there. But let's we got a brand new Yuasa battery here to go in it, battery. So let's get that in. Let's see if we can get it to fire here, guys. Oh yeah, good fire. We'll probably get another plug for it, but let's check the compression quick. All right, we're gonna do throttle open. Here we go. Oh wow, 180 or 176 or so. Pretty good. Pretty good. That's a good healthy engine, guys. That's what we want to see. Good healthy engine. Alright, I'm going to hit this plug with a little bit of wire brush, and we'll put it back in until we can get one. That ain't the worst I've seen. Let's just get it running on that one. This has a recoil backup as well, guys, if your starter goes bad. These are resilient little bikes, man. And this one's in really good shape. I need to get a handle for that right there. That takes it in and out of four-wheel drive. The little handle's missing, so I think I can find one of those somewhere maybe. All right, let's get this tightened up. We'll put some fuel to it and see how she sounds here. Got good compression, good fire. That's great. All right, let's go ahead and see if it'll crank without the snorkel in and see how it sounds. Full of oil. Carburetor's tight. Let's choke it. No smoke. Man, it sounds good too, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Now if it'll move. I think we'll throw the snorkel on it here. Let me make sure the carb isn't leaking. Probably idle it down just a smidgen. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Before I put that snorkel all the way on, I want to make sure the idle's good. There's low. Well, both of them are working there. No tail light yet. Look, the little indicator works though. I hear a relay back there clicking. Well, that's good. If you turn the lights off, it idles up some for some reason. Engine sounds good. See how it starts back. Yeah, not bad. All right, guys, it's always a plus when a machine comes with the toolkit, especially if it's the original one. Check this out. Spark plug wrench. I think this might be the bag that it originally came in. I'm not sure though what that is. Tire pressure gauge, Phillips head, another tire gauge. 14, 12, and 17 and 13. There's the screwdriver handle. There is the hook for the winch. We can fix that eventually. And there's a torque screwdriver. I think I got a new bag for this. Oh yeah, check that out. This is a low, well no, that's a regular tire gauge. Let's see about this one. Yeah, that's a low pressure tire gauge. That's nice. Really nice. This stuff is supposed to lay this way, and I'll show you why here in a second. Flathead and Phillips there, wasn't it? I guess we can put this back in there. I'm not sure what it is, but it came with it. Why not? Alright, check this out. It's got a little place right there on the snorkel for the tools with a piece of Velcro. Now, ain't that cool? Let me get a little more air out of that. Check that out, man. Look at that. Alright, let me show you something else. So the seat cover's torn here, but I got a brand new one. But somebody lost the stapler. Alright. What I wanted to show you though, check this out. Owner's manual. Oh, it's a 99. I thought it was a 98. Now this has been a little wet, but it's here. There's the worn book. The book is still okay. It's been a little damp, but it's still readable. How about that, man? What a treasure. Artic Cat. Put it right back in there where we got it. Alright guys, so it's in high right now and everything's working good. Let's try out the super low. So you push this back to, I think, to one, and you can push it again. That makes it in super low. Look at it, trying to go. Let's see how that does. Oh wow, look at that. About 15 miles an hour. Now that's pretty cool. Let's try the medium one. Let's see if we can get it. Alright, that should be it right there. That's just low. Let's see if we got all 5 there. That's about like a Honda actually. That might be the place to leave it. Oh yeah. I mean, we're doing, we'll probably do 35 there. That high. Oh yeah, see where it's 5th right there? It's cool that you got 15 gears to play with though.